ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लंबोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः फालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः शूर्पकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। यस्य द्विरदवक्त्राद्या पारिषद्या परस्सतं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय अक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वभूतहिते रतं वेदाब्जभास्करं वन्दे समाधिनिलयं मुनिम्। जन्माद्यस्य यतः अन्वयात् यतरतश्च अर्थेषु अभिघ्नः स्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायः आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोचितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सताम् वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैः ईश्वरः सद्यः हृदि अवरुध्यतेः अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिः तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः यं प्रव्रजन्तम् अनुपेतम् अपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरह कातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवः अभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। यः स्वानुभावम् अखिलश्रुतिसारम् एकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतिथितीर्षतां तमोन्धम संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुमुपयामि गुरुं मुनीनाम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। Now with Bhagavan's grace, let us we will continue from where we left off yesterday. We came up to slokam number 12, adhyayam 7 in skandam number 4. Maitreya finished describing how Daksha was, and up to that point we came. Krichat samstabhya cha manah prema visvalitah sudhihi sasamta nirvyalikena bhavena isam prajapatihi. Up to that point we came. Even though repenting for the mistakes he did, because of the mistakes he did, repenting very much for the daughter he lost whom he loved very much, but controlling all those feelings of guilt and sadness and sufferings, using his buddhi, controlling his mind, placing his mind in stably and unshakably in Bhagavan Shivaperuman who is in front of him, with loving offerings, loving thoughts, he started his prayer. He prayed to him. Up to that point we came. Daksha uvacha bhuyan anugraha aho bhavata kruto me dandaha tvaya mayi bhrutaha yadapi pralabdaha न ब्रह्मबन्धुषु च वां भगवन् अवज्ञा तुभ्यं हरेः च कुत एव धृतव्रतेषु भूयान् अनुग्रह अहो भवता कृतो मे दण्डः त्वया मयि भृतः यदपि प्रलब्धः न ब्रह्मबन्धुषु च वां भगवन् अवज्ञा तुभ्यं हरेः च कुत एव धृतव्रतेषु दक्ष उवाच. Daksha said, Swami, you've been humiliated, disrespected, derided by me. I used very harsh words at you. But in that matter, because I did that, you gave me dandanai. We call it punishment. Actually, dandanai we saw earlier, corrective action. Something that corrected my wrong behavior and taught me a lesson to behave well. That dandanai that you gave, which is really a blessing for me, Swami. Right? And why anugraham? Bhuyan anugraha kritaha. Aho, he says. What a wonder it is. Because those people who, Brahma Bandhushu, those people who by namesake only Brahmin is a very highly disciplined undertaking. There is no born Brahmin. A Brahmana is not made from birth. It's not made by birth. It's not made by scholarship. It's not made by rituals, puja. No. It is only by conduct that a Brahmana is made. And Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, the Adayalam Lakshana for a Brahmana is a Tyagi and a Jnani. A Jnani and a Tyagi. That is what a Brahmana truly is. So anyway, being born in a Brahmin lineage, and that is Brahma Bandhushu. Having been born in the lineage, but only by namesake, I'm a Brahmana. Even those people, you and Mahavishnu, you don't discount them. Even though they are not following the Brahminic discipline, you still embrace them, you correct them, you bring them in line, you teach them so lovingly. When it is like that, in matters like me, who are conducting this yagam and all that, how can you, it's not even possible for you to dismiss me and ignore me. Even when the other people you are embracing so well, overlooking all their shortfalls and all that, shortcomings and all that, in matters people like me who are conducting yagam, obviously you will not dismiss me and ignore me. And so what you gave me is really your anugraham. It is not really a punishment. It is truly your anugraham because it has taught him an important piece of knowledge. So it's a blessing. That's what he says. Bhuyan anugraha aho bhavata kruto me dandaha tvaya mayi bhrutah yadapi pralabdaha na brahmabandhushu cha vam bhagavan avajñā tubhyam arehe cha kutayeva dhritavrateshu. He says, yat api pralabdaha, yat api, even though, pralabdaha, having been humiliated by me, having been hurt by me, pralabdaha, then by me is implicit in that. Okay, even though you have been hurt and mistreated and abused and by me, tvaya mayi, tvaya by you, mayi in my matter, in the matter pertaining to me, dhandaha bhrutaha, the dandanai that was given by you, bhavata by you, me bhuyan anugraha kritaha aho, me, to me, Bhuyan anugraha, the supreme blessing, supreme anugraham, kritaha, that is what it is, isn't it? Aho, what a wonder of wonders, Swami, this is. Bhagavan, oh Bhagavan, Brahma Bandhushu, even in matters pertaining to people who are Brahmins only by name, that means born in the Brahmin lineage, in a Brahmin family. So only by name they are Brahmins, but they're not really Brahmins. They're not Brahmanas. They are Brahma Bandhushu. Okay, that's the word that he uses. Tubhyam arehecha, for you and for Mahavishnu, Tubhyam for you, and Mahavishnu, Vishnu cha, arehecha for Mahavishnu, avajna na, to ignore them, dismiss them, to exclude them, na, it is not there. That means even in matters pertaining to Brahma Bandhushu, people who call themselves Brahmin by namesake only, you and Mahavishnu do not dismiss them, do not ignore them, do not exclude them. Okay, avajna. Okay, that would mean to dismiss them, keep them away. You don't do that. Now, when it is like that, Dhrutavrateshu vam kutaha eva. Dhrutavrateshu, when I'm engaged in matters pertaining to yajna, vam kutaha eva, for you both, how is it possible? You will not exclude or dismiss me and keep me away. Therefore, you gave me a dandanai, which is really your anugraham, a blessing. Bhuyan anugraha aho bhavata kruto me dandaha tvaya mayi bhrutaha yad api pralabdaha na brahma bandhushu cha vam bhagavan avajna tubhyam harehe cha kuta eva dhrutavrateshu. Number 14. Vidya tapo vratadharan mukataha sma vipran brahmatma tattvam avitum pratamam tvam asrak tat brahmanan parama sarva vipatsu pasi palaha pasun iva vibho pragruhita dandaha. Vidya tapo vratadharan mukataha sma vipran brahmatma tattvam avitum pratamam tvam asrak tat brahmanan parama sarva vipatsu pasi palaha pasun iva vibho pragruhita dandaha. Slokam number 14. Swami, the Brahmam aham brahmasmi, the Brahma Tattvam, that truth, that Satyam, to nourish that, because that is a Satyam that is protecting me and nourishing me. In return, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. Dharmam is always there, Satyam is always there, it doesn't go anywhere. When it is like that, to nourish it, in other words, to practice it, to become, one should manifest Satyam through one's conduct, thought, word and deed. To do that, Jnanam, Tapas, Vratam, all these are being practiced, Anushtanangal, as part of the discipline. And who does that? Brahmanas. This is the duty of a Brahmana. So, these Brahmanas, their duty, discipline is to follow the pathway of Jnanam, Tapas and Vratam. Discipline, tremendously disciplined life. And Tapas, the self-refinement, the purification of thoughts and words and actions. And in that process, Jnanam, the knowledge that is obtained by Anubhavam, the Pratyaksha Jnanam, first-hand knowledge. And by their conduct, they do all this. And this, by example, they illustrate and delineate this knowledge to others by their conduct. So it becomes by teaching by example and explaining the various teachings from Vedas through their conduct. So it becomes easy for people to follow. Okay? And those people are Brahmanas. And Mukataha Asrak, they manifested. The Brahmanas are born from your face. As Purusha Suktam says, the Mukham Asit, that means for the Bhagavan, what is his face? His face as well as Mukham also is the means mouth. Both apply to Brahmanas. So when you look at Bhagavan is invisible, but what is the entrance? One's face is the entry into one being. If you look at a person, if you look at somebody from behind, it doesn't mean much. The moment you look at his face, you make connection. You actually enter that person, whether you realize it or not. Okay, it's not physically, he may not enter, but the connection comes, isn't it? Right? When you look at somebody's face, and somebody looks at your face, if your face is friendly and pleasant and smiling, obviously that other person also entered that, and that reflects on his conduct. If your face is enigmatic and angry or whatever, correspondingly that person's reaction comes up because he enters you, right? The other person enters. The point of entry, the doorway of entry to Bhagavan is Jnanam Tapas Vratam. That is what a Brahmana is. That is why it is called as Bhagavan's Mukham. Also, the same teaching comes from, it's all the Shruti, the Vedangal, are heard through the ears, but the Sabdangal are produced by the mouth. It is there in the atmosphere, in the environment, in the whole prapancham it is present. The Omkaram and the Vedic Sabdangal are present. To imbibe that, to filter and draw it in, like we say, Grahitya Karve, that to imbibe that is where the Vedic knowledge comes. And that is now propagated by recitation, through mouth. So the same Sabdam, the Brahma Sabdam is also taught through Sabdangal that comes out of one's mouth. One is the doorway of entry, the other is propagating the knowledge. Practicing that, I enter Bhagavan himself. That is why it says, Vidya tapo vrata dharan vipran mukataha asrak. Those Brahmanas, Vipraha means not only Brahmanas, but Vipraha means elders who are spiritually advanced. That is the meaning behind it, in which case they are really truly Brahmana. They are not Brahma Bandhushu, true Brahmanas, Tyagigal and Jnanigal. They are Mukataha Asrak. You manifested, you created them as your face. Why? Brahmatma Tattvam Avitum. To nourish, to propagate, and to teach the Brahma Atma Tattvam, Aham Brahmasi. That Tattvam. Because of that, you created Brahmanas. Parama Vibho, the most supreme, all pervasive Bhagavan, Palaha Pasun Iva Pragrahita Dandaha. Now, how does a cowherd, Palaha means, in this case, Pasun Iva, the cows. So Palaha, the cowherd, one who takes care of the cows. We say Gopalaha, right? So, what does he do? How does he protect the cows? He carries a stick in his hand. Pragrahita Dandaha. Why does he carry it? Not to hit and punish the cows, but to keep them in line. Isn't it? So like that, Palaha Pasun Iva Pragrahita Dandaha. Like that, Tad Brahmanan, those Brahmanas whom you have created in order to nourish Jnanam, Tapas and Vratam, Tad Brahmanan Sarva Vipatsu Pasi, you protect them and take care of them from all dangers, that they don't go astray. They keep in line, because the cows are kept in line. They don't go astray like the way the Gopala does. Same way, you are protecting the Brahmanas. So what you gave me is not a punishment. It is to bring me back in line. It's a blessing. Vidya tapo vrata dharan mukatah sma vipran brahmatma tattvam avitum prasamam tvam asrak tat brahmanan paramasarva vipatsu pasi palaha pasuniva vibho pragruhita dandaha. 15. Yaha asau maya avidita tattva sabhayam क्षिप्तः दुरुक्ति विशिकैः विगनय्य तन्माम् अर्वाक् पतन्तम् अर्हितम निन्दया पाद दृष्ट्या आर्द्रिया स भगवान् स्वकृतेन तुष्येत्. Beautifully he says, Swami, this is what you do. I made a mistake and you corrected me because of your anugraham. The same way a cowherd takes care of and protects the cows under his care, and you're not going to leave me alone. There's no way you're going to abandon me, right? You take care of me. And then he says, out of sheer ignorance, in this Yajnasalai, I spoke extremely harsh and cruel words. I shot the arrows of cruel words, he said, and attacked you with that. That Bhagavan, completely forgot that, not forgave it, completely didn't even register it in his mind. But because I disrespected, humiliated, derided elders, in this case Bhagavan, naturally I fall down spiritually, morally, happiness-wise, right? Because one who had fallen down making this mistake, what did you do? Just with your loving drishti, that kataksham, you protected me, lifted me up and protected me. Your own anugraham, how can I express my gratitude? How can I repay that? Not possible. Your own anugraham itself is the one that will give you tripti. He says, this is very true. Love begets love only, doesn't require anything else. It is most contented in itself. Atma Santushti is what Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita. So, Sarvaman here in his own anugraham, that his own anugraham is his own contentment. There's nothing I can say, Swami, how can I repay that, is what he says. Avitita tattva drusa, avitita tattva drusa. Vidita tattva drusa means one who got knowledge. Avidita tattva drusa means one who is ignorant, out of ignorance, because I did not get the avidita means one who did not obtain the knowledge, that means out of ignorance. Maya by me sabhayam, in this Yajnasalai, yaha asau, which this Bhagavan, duruktihi vishikaihi kshiptaha, duruktihi vishikaihi kshiptaha, which Bhagavan, yaha asau, which Bhagavan, Sabhayam, in this Sabha, in this Yajnasalai, Duruktihi Visikaihi, with extremely, the arrows of cruel words, harsh words, Chiptaha, being attacked, which Bhagavan was attacked by me through the arrows, by the arrows of cruel, harsh words. Saha Bhagavan, that Bhagavan, tat Viganaya, tat Viganaya, forgetting that, ignoring that, not registering that at all. Arhattama Nindaya. Arhattama, people who deserve to be worshipped. Nindaya, being disrespectful, hurting and deriding them. Periyorgalai avamadittaral. In Tamil we can say. Periyorgalai arhaditum, periyorgal nindaya avamadittaral. So being derided and disrespected and abused, those elders who ought to be worshipped. Okay, because of that, arvak patantam. Patantam means to fall down. Arvak means down, falling down. Not only physically, but in all matters, when you abuse an elder, you've actually fallen down in true sense. Okay? And arvak patantam, mom, that one who has fallen down, mom, myself, yennai, you can say, ardraya drishtya, extremely soothing, cool, loving, drishtya, with eyesight, with vision, with drishti. Bhagavan, you looked at me with so much soothing, cool sight of love. So lovingly you looked at me. With that drishti, what happened? I fell down. But what happened? Apate. You protected me. You lifted me up. Okay? Arhattama nindaya apada. Apada means pada, not apade. So you protected me. You saved me. How can it be repaid? How can I express my gratitude? How can I say, Swami, this is what you have done. Now I have refined myself. I have corrected myself. So what can I say that will equal to your loving Drishti, Swami, and your Anugraham? It's only your Anugraham. So your Anugraham itself is its own fulfillment. Okay? Sakrutena tushyete. Only your own Anugraham that you did, that itself is your own fulfillment. Tushyete. Okay? So, yaha asau maya avidita tattva drisa sabhayam kshiptaha durukti visikaihi viganaya tat mam arvat patantam arhattama nindaya apada drishtya adraya saha bhagavan sakrutena tushyete. See how beautifully he prays, right? And then Maitreya Uvacha, number 16. Kshamapya evam saha midvamsam brahmana cha anumantritaha karma santana yamasa saha upadhyaya arvigadibihi. Kshamapya evam saha midvamsam brahmana cha anumantritaha karma santana yamasa saha upadhyaya arvigadibihi. Maitreya uvacha. Now Maitreya said, Maitreya in slokam number 16. So that Daksha does praying and worshipping Sivaperuman, praying to him, then being permitted, taking the permission of being permitted by Brahmadeva, went to the, continued the yagam along with the various priests and prohidars and all that. okay, the various brahmanas are doing various functions. Upadhyaya, okay, Prohita, Advaryuhu, people like that are there. So along with them, being permitted, taking permission from Brahmadeva, and after worshipping Sivaperuman like this and praying to him, then he conducted the yagam along with the Prohitas and the various priests. So come, Saha, that Dakshan. Evam, Saha, that Dakshan. Evam, thus. Midvamsam, we saw earlier, Midushkamaha, right? We saw the Midvamsam, Sivaperumanai, in grammatically, okay? That Sivaperumanai. Kshamapya, see, Kshamapya, we saw earlier, it is not forgiving or it is praying. Prayer is all, with heartfelt prayer, that is Kshama, okay? And Sivaperuman, after worshipping and praying to Sivaperuman, thus Brahmanacha Anumantritaha, being permitted by Brahmadeva, Saha Upadhyaya Ardhikatibihi, Saha Upadhyaya Ardhikadibihi, Sa means along with Upadhyaya, people who are in the teaching place, and also Prohitas, okay, Vedic priests, Advaryuhu, Brahmana, etc., okay, Brahma, etc. The Brahma here, the Vedic Brahma, is different from Brahmadeva, one who is the head of performing the various yagga functions, okay, along with Prohitas, everybody. Sa Upadhyaya Artikadibihi, along with everyone. Karma Santana Yamasa. Karma, that Yagatai. Santana Yamasa. He conducted that. Kshamapya Maitreya Uvacha. Kshamapya Yevam Saha Vidvamsam Brahmanacha Anumantritaha. Karma Santana Yamasa Sa Upadhyaya Artigadibihi. Number 17. Vaishnavam Yajna Santatyai Trikapalam Vijottamaha Purodasham Nikapan Veera Samsarga Suddhaye. Number 17. Okay. Purodasam Niravapan Veera Samsarga Suddhaye. Once more. Vaishnavam Yajnasantattai Trikapalam Vijottamaha Purodasham Niravapan Veera Samsarga Suddhaye. Now, what had happened in the Yajnasala earlier? Think. Veerabhadra and the army came, they defecated it, they stopped by causing impurity. This is exactly what the Rakshasas do, causing impurities. Right? Immediately Yagam has to be stopped. It cannot continue. It has to be very pure. So all those have to be cleansed now. Right? All the impurities have to be cleared away. So that, and again to do that, applying Veda Mantrangal, corresponding Havis and all have to be prepared. Okay? To offer in the Yajna, offer in the Agni. That is what they did. Preparing to purifying the Yajnasala again and to continue the Yagam. The first step is to purification. For that they prepared Havis, which is to be offered in the Agni. In the Trikapalam, in this case, basically 3 pots. Okay, not skulls, but basically pot. And these are, Kapalam also means type of stone made out of sand, the thick thing, like what we call as sengal today, which is basically put in oven and heated up. And so that kind of a thing is also Kapalam. So with that they make pots, and then in that they may prepare Havis, which is to be offered in the Agni to purify all the impurities and the defecations and everything caused by Veerabhadra and this army earlier. Vaishnavam Yajnasantatyai Trikapalam Vijottamaha Purodasham Niravapan Veera Samsarga Suddhaye. Vijottamaha, the various Vija Uttamaha, the various Brahmanargal, the Advaryu, Brahma, and Upadhyaya, Prohidargal, everybody, the Ritviks, everybody. Yajnasantatyai, to continue. See, Santati means to continuation. Okay? And we use it colloquially, Santana Lakshmi, we say, right, to have our children, right? And so the Santati, the lineage continues. So here, Yajna Santatyaihi, for the continuation of the Yajna, Veera Samsarga Suddhaye. No, Veera Samsarga, the various Veerabhadra and his army came and did Attagасam. Attagасam they did, completely demolished everything, not only caused impurities, right, but tremendous destruction they had done. And all that has to be purified, cleaned up physically, and then purified through mantrangal. So many things had to be done. So Veera Samsarga Suddhaye, for that purpose, and because of the defecation and all the purification done, the dosham also was there. That had to be removed through appropriate mantrangal. So for those purposes, Veera Samsarga Suddhaye, Vaishnavam, having Vishnu, Mahavishnu, Sriman Narayana, Mahavishnu as the Yajna Devata. Remember, every Yajnam has got a Devatai. Sudarshana Homam means Sudarshana Devatai. Okay? Navagraha Homam, we have the Navagraha. And like that it goes. So here they had Vaishnavam. They did the Yagam with Vishnu as the Yajna Devatai. For that purpose, to do that, Trikapalam Purodasham, Trikapalam, the pot that was made by 3 earthen stones, okay? In that pot, Purodasham, which is Havis, that is to be offered in the Agni. For that, they prepared it in that pot made out of 3 stones. Stones are made out of basically clay and sand. That Niravapan, they prepared it. They prepared the Havis in earthen pot, and in order to offer, to prepare the Havis to offer to Vishnu, the Yagam with the Vishnu as the Yajna Devatai, and they did this in order to purify the Yajnasale, the Yajnam that was defecated and demolished earlier by the Veerabhadra and his army. Okay? And they have to do this as a first step in order to continue the Brihaspati Savayagam that they had started, that the Daksha had started earlier. So this is the purification step that was done. Prepared the Havis. Number 18. Advarjuna ata havisha yajamanaha visham pate dhiya visuddhaya dadhyau tata pradurabhuta harihi. Advarjuna ata havisha yajamanaha visham pate dhiya visuddhaya dadhyau tata pradurabhuta harihi. Now what happened? When they did that, to prepare the Havis, prepared everything. Oh, Vidura, Maitreya says, Visampate, Visampati. Oh, Vidura, now the Dakshan has the Havis in his hand. Then Advarjuna, the prime, the chief Prohida, the chief priest, orders him, after giving him the Havis in his hand, having been ordered by the chief priest, this Dakshan, keeping that Havis in his hand, Visuddhaya Dhiya, with a very pure mind, Dadhyau, he meditated on that Vishnu Bhagavan in the Agni. Then immediately Mahavishnu manifested himself. O Visampate, O King Vidura, Apta Havisha, taking the Havis. Havis in this case happened to be a flower combination, whatever they do according to Vedic rituals. Okay, keeping that in his hand. Today we offer rice, boiled rice and all that. But this Havis is that kind of a thing. Keeping that in his hand, Advarjuna, being commanded by the chief priest, Yajamanaha, this Yajamanan Dakshan, Visuddhaya Dhiya, with pure mind, with pure concentrated mind, Dadhyau, meditated, did dhyanam on Mahavishnu. Tata, immediately at that time, Harihi, Mahavishnu, Pradura Bhute, he appeared, manifested himself, gave his darshan. Advarjuna Atta Havisha Yajamanaha Visampate Dhiya Visuddhaya Dadhyau Tata Pradurabhut Harihi Pradurabhut. Bhagavan Vishnu appeared, gave his darshan immediately. What a beautiful thing it is. Now, how did Mahavishnu appear? How did he look like? Right? That's amazing it is. That is coming in the next few slokas. Okay. What? The darshan of Mahavishnu, limited, inadequate description of the appearance of how Mahavishnu appeared. How did he look like? That comes in the next few slokas, 19 through 25. Next 7 slokas, which with Bhagavan's anugraham we will take up tomorrow. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Santit Santit Santihi. Harihi Om.